We get a Dermot high five.
Yeah, of course.
Doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, I'm not cringing for you.
It's a rare name, isn't it? Like rare-ish.
I always think that it's a name that's rarely, cried out in moments of passion. Maybe it's different for you. It's just not one of those names. It's not like, Lorenzo or, it's
Dave. That's far sexier.
Oh, Dermot. I don't know.
Busked for years.
Yeah, of course.
Same. I didn't have quite the meteoric rise you had. Here I am on the radio, the other side of the microphone. But but busking is an incredible kind of lesson. In music.
Yeah. I remember.
What did you learn from it?
I mean, I remember Glenn Hansard talking about it, and he was probably the main reason I went and did it, because I was like, well, this guy I'm kind of inspired by. That's what he thought to do, so I should just give it a go. And he kind of said it's almost like the bottom rung of everything, right? So like you can't sort of go lower than that. So you just build it up from there. And he said it was huge for him in terms of like figuring out how to project his voice. For me, I found it was very good in terms of not worrying too much what people think and just kind of opening your case, and you just start playing songs, and who cares what people think. Well,
that's I think the most important lesson, because if you go to a venue and you sit down, and even if people are there to, maybe you're a support act, people are there to see someone else, they're still going to engage with you on stage. Whereas if you busk on Grafton Street, people are milling about doing their business.
Yeah.
They might think you're amazing, they might think you're terrible, but you're going to get no reaction from them one way
No,
or the other.
The worst, I don't know if you found this, the worst is when you're playing and someone walks past and they have headphones on and they take them off and listen for a second, then put them back in.
Oh my God, You are not better than what I'm currently listening to.
There's a text in that says, my 3-year-old son has autism. I found it very hard to speak, but learned how to say the words something and nothing from me playing Dermot's song After Rain. He now sings it as well as he can every time I have it on. So that's
wow,
it's actually changing people's lives.
It's mad. Yeah, and the thing is, like, as it grows, you get more and more stuff like that. So it's about kind of not becoming immune to that. Do you know what I mean? Like, we did a signing in San Francisco last week, that thing where people are kind of ushered in and you sign the CD and talk to them briefly and then they're moved on. And there's just so many stories and stuff like that, and that's in like somewhere as random as the west coast of America, and so you find yourself having to sort of check yourself and not be like, oh yeah, cool, cheers, bye. It's like, because like, say back when I was busking, if one person sent me that in a week, it would be the best part of my week. You know what I mean?
So you're rocking into Milan tonight to play a gig.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then will you get to see any of the city, or are you gone the next morning, or how does that work?
No, yeah, we'll get there about 5:30, play the gig, and then I think I might see it tomorrow. Then we have a gig in Vienna on Wednesday. So yeah. I mean,
every rock star goes on about how difficult it is. They never get to see the cities they play.
You never do.
I like that you say we.
Yeah.
So you're obviously very aware of the importance of the people around you.
Absolutely, yeah. I think about that stuff quite a bit, and I think about, like, you can get I wonder sometimes, like, you talk about the journey and how long it takes and blah blah, and you wonder, is some of it kind of like, not to be cheesy, but like, is there a certain amount of fate involved? Like, was it going to happen anyway? And then I think about every single little ingredient that comes into it, like even the support from my parents. But something that's easy to take for granted is like the crew we have on tour, because for the last 2 years, there's been about 12 to 14 of us, and yeah, it's just it's so far from it being this thing of like, okay, I've got this solo project and I need employees to bring it to life. It's like, it feels like a band and just a family in a way.